Hello friends, welcome to Lauren Perseveres, where I navigate the waters as a wife, a mother, and a homemaker. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make missionary stew. It's a type of beef stew that my mom came up with. It was one of my favorite childhood recipes. Missionary stew because we would usually have it when we were feeding the missionaries from church, so they would come over from time to time. That's what we served. We would make homemade rolls with it. I cheated this time and bought Sister Schubert's rolls because they're quick and easy and delicious, and you can find them in your local grocery store freezer. I am also trying to cook my way through my freezers, so I'm trying to spend less at the store. We get a cow butchered from time to time from some local farmers. So I don't normally buy stew meat in the first place. I just usually get a roast. It's cheaper that way. So I'm using a roast that was in my freezer. I'm gonna cut it up. And I apologize for any earthquakes that will be in the video because my house does not have a lot of storage or counter space. So I kind of have a setup of a folding table. So shakes a little bit when you're using it kind of hard. So apologies for that. Anyway, it's pretty easy to make once you know what goes in it. I don't really measure per se. You could. I don't. I just add the ingredients till I'm happy. So let's get on with that. So, oopsie moment. I didn't realize that I don't have any tapioca pearls in my pantry. My mom had given me a little container a couple years ago. I must have used it all. It wasn't something I used a lot of, so I didn't realize it was gone, but I must have used it the last time I made the stew. But I plan to make this stew kind of like a regular thing, or at least during the cold months. So I'm going to get a full box to put in my pantry. And my husband is at home kindly dealing with the situation because I covered the roast in the roaster pan, covered it with its lid, and pushed it back on the table that I was using, thinking that our Jabarian Shepskis wouldn't mess with it. That they'd probably mess with the cutting board, but that'd be the end of it. And in the time that it took me to get out to my car in the front yard, they caused some chaos. We've saved dinner. Nothing a little colander and washing. Not something that can't fix. So, life with dogs. Gotta love it. Of course, it's all the way on the top. To address from the video. In the video, the tomato soup that I used had basil in it, and that's why I bought it, because I was trying to cut a corner. My mom usually puts dried basil in it. I keep a very limited amount of spices in my house and herbs, so usually if I'm going to use basil, it's because I'm growing it in a pot outside, and it's winter right now, so that's not happening. Don't get that kind of soup. When I made the stew with that soup, it didn't taste quite right. Like it tasted like the stew, but it'd be like if you were eating something and you had a cold and your olfactory senses weren't working quite right and the flavors just not quite there. I was, however, to fix it. I just dug through my cabinets and happened to find a can of regular tomato soup. So use that from now on. I put that in and doctored it up, and it was fine. It tasted like it was supposed to. So if you're going to make this soup, or the stew really, get just regular big old can, biggest can you find of tomato soup. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't have to be brand specific. And then you can add basil to it if you want to, or you don't. I really didn't notice much of a change once I put that in. Like I wasn't a big thing. The other thing is my mom tends to add at least 1 can or half a can of water once she's emptied the tomato soup from the can. So that helps the stew, I guess, stretch a little further. I didn't have any problem, but I had plenty of liquid in there from, the previous cans of soup. So I appreciate you watching today. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, share with friends. Still working on my editing skills, so bear with me. And thank you very much for coming.